3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's get this Friday moving. Bet, win, repeat. I'm Detroit Lenny with picks and parlays. Uh, excuse me. We are in full effect on Friday, 14th of April. Give you guys a little contest, and then we're bringing in Nick Earl, talk a little breakdown, some NHL playoffs about to start. There is one more game today that actually matters. And we'll talk some MLB, I'm sure. Jesse Shule will be on later. We'll talk some NBA with him. I heard they have some playoffs or play in still to play off. The NBA is so jacked up. They got to play in the playoff. I'm just saying. So there's that. Let's see. Don't forget, download the Picks and Parlay new app. It's available on all the platforms available: Android, Apple, all that good stuff. Download that as soon as you can. Some free stuff on there. Craig's VIP plays. I think you get like one a day for a week when you sign up. It's free to sign up, get notifications from in-play stuff. We're slowly adding cappers on there, consensus report. Like it's a work in progress, but download it now while you can. It's free. I don't know why I said why you can. It's going to be available forever. Let's give you a contest update. Bring in the contest page. Nope. Oh, that's pretty slick. I could go all the way across like that. How do I want to do this? Like that. I'm just playing with buttons now, folks. The software we use has some new features, so I'm just clicking buttons, see what happens. Here's who's in the weekly contest. Valco's still in there. Greg Jones, Anthony Scavo. It's been a rough week for some of y'all. It's just been a rough week, me included. I ain't gonna lie. I had a good day yesterday, but as far as contest plays goes, whatever. It is what it is. So those three people, if you were still in, I think I think Belco's already picked, but you guys should be following them. They started on Monday and they are in it on Friday. So there's that. So let me pull that in. Oh, gotta do that. Now, also want to bring in the Facebook contest, and there's just too much to make a graphic for the Facebook people because the monthly contest is going in full effect for the monthly contest. I'm going to give you an update here as soon as I can do that. I should just let's bring this in. This is not, I know he updated it. It's in here somewhere. So if you are in the monthly contest, you should be on here. You should see an update from Tate. For the love of God, I know he put one in here. Oh, here it is. Okay. So look for this. Look for Tate's little comment on here. There's today and tomorrow left. Today and tomorrow left before the cut. You got to be 15 and 15 or above before the cut. If you're 14 and 16, you're cut. Okay. So basically, Al Miles leading the group, 19 and 7. Daniel Alexander and Eugene Robertson, 19 and 7. Silky Man, 18 and 8. Jeff Bradley, there's some 17 and 9s. Paula Thatcher, 16 and 10. 16 and 10. 14 and 12s. You guys still have some work to do. I'm trying to think here. If you're 13 and 13 on the bubble, 12 and 14, you can still get it done. You need a 2-0 day. That's me, 12 and 14. 10 and 15, 11 and 14, 11 and 15. You guys are kind of, you can't. Well, you could catch up. No, you can't. Four wins today and tomorrow, you can only go 14. So if you're below Sean Austin, he had a bad month. But that's your Facebook. That's your monthly contest. I also just started this. Look for this. I pinned it to the top. It'll look like this. I'm playing because I am. I tagged a few people on there, get some people. It's free to join. We're just playing for a t-shirt. It's just for fun. It's a ESPN playoff hockey challenge. Okay. It's a bracket. It's just a hockey bracket. It's very simple. Check that out when you get a chance. That is your contest update. I got to remind everybody, if you're looking for any of these contests, go to facebook.com/groups/picks and parlay contest. That's the contest group page. Definitely check that out. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications. You'll never miss an episode of Bet Win Repeat, any of Picks and Parlay content in general. So don't forget to check them out don't forget to like and check out the contest group page as well. All right, let's talk some hockey with Nick Earl first. Nick Earl.
Yeah.
You're not Tim Earl.
No.
But why don't I have a thing for you?
I don't know.
I got a Nick Parsons and a Tim.
You're getting
Earl.
closer, I think.
But if they combined forces, they would be Nick Earl. See how I did that?
There we go.
There you go, big fella. We got Jesse Shule coming up too as well. I want to touch base with you. I'm gonna put you on this side. I'm gonna bring Jesse. Let's is that now right?
Oh, that I switched. This is my personal one. The other one's the ESB account.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'll delete the other. You want me to delete the other one? Which one do you want to show up on here?
Keep this one. This one works.
All right, then I'll delete that one. I just always put Bets Earl, and so I try to tag people, or not tag people, but put in the subject line or in the description of this video everybody's Twitter handle, stuff like that. So let's talk. I'm gonna bring Jesse Shule in here as well. Jesse Shule, the man, the myth, the legend. How we doing? Look at that, Jesse Shule and Nick Earl. Nick, fix that. Fix that, Nick.
Yeah.
And then
Jesse Shule and Nick Earl and Nick Parsons.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole lot of Nicks and there's some Jessies. He's in the tropical. There you go, Jesse Shule at Jesse Shule. Why can't we just do this? Why can't we just watch this? I'm going to do some weird shit here. Bam. But except I got to.
I don't like being short.
There you go.
There we go. We figured it out eventually.
Look at us
All right.
together, guys. Hey. Hey, there's some new features on the StreamYard thing. So there's that. So, gentlemen. NHL playoffs about to start. There's a game that still matters. Me and Nick Earl were kind of talking about that backstage before the show started. NBA playoffs full effect. Baseball's making car payments. What do we like today? Nick, I'll start with you. What do you like today as far as just give me something. What do you like today? What's your favorite? Give me a play.
In the NHL, I did not bet either of the games. I do have a betting interest in one of the games because I did grab in January plus 400 for the Avalanche to win the division. And I have Avalanche plus 400 tonight for that game against Nashville. So that's my only betting interest when it comes to the NHL tonight. I'm looking more at an NHL futures for these series prices. I think we're going to be doing a free pick video on the Devils and the Rangers series, I believe, in a little bit here. Yep. So I'm definitely looking at a couple playoff series, which we can get into if we want during the show. Definitely a couple of them that kind of jump out to me. One being a 1-8 matchup in the Western Conference that kind of caught my eye. Overall, this is the best playoffs of any pro sports. The Stanley Cup playoffs coming up here, and I'm super excited about it, especially considering that my Islanders are heading to Raleigh to play the Hurricanes, and I will be at game 1.
I got a question for you, Nick, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas Stars, they're going to finish first in the West. Is that correct?
No.
First in the division.
I think Colorado wins tonight, and they win the division, and Colorado and Dallas will be playing Minnesota in the first round.
So Dallas will finish second in the West?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, so
tonight. Right?
Where I was going with that, Nick, is the Dallas Stars will come into the playoffs with the most overtime losses of any team. I believe they got 14 overtime losses. So they're basically a high seed based on the points that they've accrued by losing in overtime. And, of course, losing in overtime doesn't get you points in the playoffs.
No.
So how do you think that factors in as far as Dallas? Do you think that makes them a fade at a certain price based on the fact that their seed that they've achieved has come by way of overtime loss?
I like Minnesota in the first round. I think stylistically Minnesota matches up really well against Dallas. If that's the matchup, I think we see Minnesota Colorado in round 2. And that Dallas Minnesota series is probably going to be one of those where if I have to bet a game 7, it's going to be Dallas Minnesota, and we're going to see 3 overtime games in that series. Like those are going to be super close games, unders in that series. But I really like Minnesota when it comes to that matchup. I don't know the odds because the series hasn't been confirmed yet. But I think Minnesota actually will be a slight dog in that series because the home ice advantage will go towards the Stars. So I like Minnesota in that series. I think we're going to get a nice dog price with them too.
Question: and this is just hypothetical, Colorado's got to play Nashville tonight. They
Yes.
win the division. We all
Yes.
know that. What happens if they get the point? Because they're only 1 point behind Dallas. What happens if it goes to overtime, they get the point, and they lose, and they're both tied at 108? Who wins that tiebreaker?
Dallas is the tiebreaker. Yep.
Okay. All right. Rat bastard. Dallas. I like Colorado win tonight. I got them on the puck line. I think they take care of business and leapfrog Dallas. I do believe that. I like Minnesota in that matchup in the second round of Colorado. I think that's going to be good hockey.
That'll be a 7-game series, I think, as well. I think that's going to be a close competitive series. I would pick Colorado to edge them out in that second round, but it'd be a good series.
That's fair.
I guess it's no gimme playing in Nashville, though. I mean, the crowd is
no,
it's
not a gimme.
It's the final home game. I mean, they get some pretty serious fans there in Nashville.
Oh yeah, it's not a gimme. Absolutely not.
It's not a gimme at all. I actually think if this was a regular season game, I look at Nashville here. I do, but considering the what's on the line for Colorado, I think they want that 1 seed. I do. I just think they want. I picked them at the beginning of the year to repeat. Okay.
I haven't been following hockey as closely as you guys have, obviously, the last couple of weeks, because I've been more into the NBA and the baseball. But it strikes me that these teams that have been eliminated playing their final home games have done quite well. So like I think we've seen some really big upsets and big dogs crushing it in their final home games. Have you guys noticed that?
I didn't notice that as much yesterday because I feel like we saw a lot of chalk yesterday. A couple really close, like some big home dogs forced overtime yesterday.
Chicago, I guess.
Chicago forced overtime. Washington forced overtime. I mean, what was the other one? There was another one. Montreal played a super close game against Boston. So you definitely noticed there were some of the dogs did come out a little bit. Arizona came back and forced overtime against Vancouver. So there were some home dogs that came through.
There was some chalk. I mean, my Red Wings just laid down yesterday. I lost.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Red Wings for not contributing to that over at all.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. They listen. The golf tournament's booked. You want to get some. Nashville might. I don't think Nashville may have hurry enough.
I think last night was Nashville's game. They won 4-3 in overtime against Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't know if they. I don't like the spot for Nashville, but I might take a chance on plus money in the regular season. But considering circumstances, I'm on Colorado. But let's swing shifts here a little bit to the NBA. Jesse, we're still playing in to play off. So what do you got going on tonight? Do you like anything in the play-ins? Got Bulls, Heat, Thunder, Timberwolves. I'm telling you right now, blatantly, I took both underdogs in a two-team teaser. And
absolutely, Lenny. I am with you on the underdogs. It's really actually quite interesting because the way the play-in works, you get a team coming off of a win facing a team coming off of a loss. It's the team coming off of a loss that gets to be the home team, so they're going to be the favorite. But they just lost, a game that they probably should have won if they wanted to be in the playoffs. And they're playing a team that comes in winning an elimination game. And I mean, winning an elimination game is a powerful thing, for momentum and everything else. And it proves that you want to be in the playoffs. You just, especially if you did that on the road, and both these teams, Chicago winning in Toronto, Oklahoma City winning in New Orleans. Yeah, I mean, I got to take both dogs. I'm really high on both dogs and both totals to go under the number here too.
You like them under? Okay. I like the Thunder straight up. Like, and I'm not the NBA guy at all. I mean, everybody that's ever listened to me spit any kind of words out of my mouth, I can't stand the NBA. But I will tell you this, I love the NBA playoffs because now we got motivation. Now we have talent playing against talent and heart and people.
And we know who's going to play.
All of a sudden, all the ticky-tacky injuries are gone.
Right. Now that shit don't matter.
No more my thumb hurts. I'm not playing tonight.
Right. Now we're bringing our kids to the stadium to god-awful screams to win games. Now we're in a dogfight. But the regular season, I couldn't give two shits about.
Exactly.
So I mean, I kind of like that now, and this is to me when the NBA gets fun.
I actually don't mind betting the NBA in the playoffs because I don't have to worry about this guy is sitting for load management. Because if you sit in the playoffs for load management, you deserve to be out.
I think if you're sitting for load management, your check should get docked as well. I mean, you don't play, you shouldn't get a game check.
Yeah, I agree with the under there in that Miami Chicago team. Yeah, I agree with that.
If you got time to hear it, I've got a proposal to solve load management. I know everybody's talking about
this. Should be good.
Okay, so this is how you solve load management. The NBA needs to completely overhaul how they calculate statistics and do away with per game averages. So you don't ever talk on an NBA broadcast, on NBA networks, NBA.com, anybody who has a partnership with the NBA, you talk about LeBron James, he's got 1,800 points this year. He's not averaging 29 points a game. Screw that. That's done. We're not doing that anymore. LeBron James comes in with 1,876 points. He's leading the league in scoring. And I know people are like, oh, that's too big of a number. Well, who led the league in passing in the NFL? It's a big number. We don't mind. It doesn't. Big number. We're capable of dealing with that when it comes to passing yards. If we're capable of dealing with it when it comes to passing yards, why can't we be capable of dealing with it when it comes to points scored, assists, rebounds, steals? And if you overhaul it to the point where regular season awards, all-star teams, all based on that,
right?
All based on that.
Yeah, because right now, what is that all based on? It's based on those per game averages. It's based on, this guy scores 24 points a game. He's an all-star. Well, if you do it by the totals and you only play half the games, and now you're not even in the top.
Right.
Now that guy ain't shit. Yeah, you got to be on that list, just like you have to be in the NHL. If you miss half the games in the NHL, you only scored 20 goals. You're not on the All-Star team. You're negotiating for your contract the next season. You're not getting that max contract. You ain't getting shit unless you score 40 goals in the NHL.
That shows up every night, man, and as a dog, I'd rather have 5 dogs.
And these guys, these let's see who the worst, Kawhi Leonard's and the who are these guys that sit all the time? I guess
anybody.
Embiid. And I'll take it up one notch. I think another way to do it is you do that. And in order to qualify for first team All-NBA, second team All-NBA, any type of MVP awards, Defensive Player of the Year awards, anything along those lines, you have to play at least 70 games.
They just did that. They just made it 65 games for
you are no longer in the running for
season awards.
Yeah, you are no longer in the running for any type of awards.
Kyrie is the worst.
More than 10 games.
Yeah. Rickett says, yeah.
Well, the worst part about Kyrie is a lot of times it's not load management, it's like personal. He's a little bit stressed out right now. He's got something better to do.
So, yeah. Ridiculous. That's why I don't like
busy trying to not fall off the earth because it's flat.
And then for the by the way, for the second game tonight for OKC Minnesota, I may be on a island by myself here. I think Minnesota routes them. I didn't bet it because Tim put up the opposite side on the site, and I don't know how much NBA I'm going to be able to bet because Tim puts up the NBA and I really have no say over it. I think Minnesota routes them. I think this is Minnesota by double digits.
Well, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Minnesota's best player?
I don't follow it, but I follow the
That
market.
guy, Anthony Edwards, he's still playing for them.
Yeah, well, it wasn't meant to be a trick question. Yeah, you're right, Anthony Edwards. But did you see his stats against the Lakers?
No,
he was
I don't follow the NBA. I follow the markets, and when you're getting the overwhelming amount of tickets and money on the underdog, and the line's moved up a point, that is a red flag. The favorites to play.
He's playing the number. You're playing the numbers.
I'm playing the market, and the market's telling me that they are not scared of the Oklahoma City money coming in. They are not scared at all, and they believe that Minnesota dominates this game.
Okay. Tim says Nick is trash. I don't know if that's what I'm assuming that's what he meant by that.
Okay, Anthony Edwards was 3 of 17 from the field, 0 of 9 from 3-point range against the Lakers. There's bad night shooting, and then there's you got to wonder if he's healthy shooting, and those kind of stats make me wonder.
They can't shoot as bad as they did though in that game. That's the thing. Do you think they obviously shoot better than what they did against LA tonight?
You think so?
Well, you'd hope they have a better fourth quarter than they did against LA.
Oh, Edwards.
So maybe a Minnesota team total over can be an interesting way to look at this game at 117. If we think they shoot the ball better, but maybe they only win by 3 points.
This is why I just put the dogs in a teaser and watch baseball.
I'm with Lenny. I'm all about the dogs. I mean, I don't like betting on teams that come off of a loss in overtime in a game that they dominated. And then they got lucky to tie the game and force overtime. So they got another chance. Like, how many more chances do you want?
This is a good point. This is very, very so NBA is this way. Find out where the public money is about 4 hours prior to the game. If it moves more than 8%, follow the money. Me, it's a 10% number. Like I say this in baseball, 10's too much. The other day, like there was a 13 on the board for a total. And I was like, and it went over, I think. But I just, for me, it's like an 8-10%. Ricketts number is 8% for me. If it moves over 5 to 10, like that 5 to 10% range, it's a trigger for me, and then I'll go the other way for sure.
Well, for me, it's if there's a certain. For me, I can care less about like the percentage of whatever. But if over 50% is on both, I can care that there's 2 games on the slate or there's 15 games on the slate, because I'll hear some people argue that there's only 2 games on the slate. Yeah, there's gonna be public money. That's cool, but if it's 65% of the tickets and like 58% of the cash is on one side and the line's moving the other way, I don't care how many games are on the slate. The market's telling me for that specific game that the where the money is coming in, they are not scared and they are opening up their arms for more money on that side.
But let's play hypothetical though, and so that sort of suggests that they have some information though. What could that information? I can see if it's a football game and there's some question about whether the starting quarterback's going to play or whether certain key offensive line, and there's personnel issues, and somebody might know more than you and I know right now. But hypothetically, for this game, that knowledge is not in question. We all know who's going to play.
It tells me that maybe their projections, their models suggest that Minnesota is going to shoot better this game than they did last game.
Yeah.
Or maybe people are remembering, because here's also recency bias could be at its best here as well. What are we remembering? The Oklahoma City Thunder just beat the New Orleans Pelicans pretty well, and the Timberwolves just blew a lead. Right. So recency bias can make us think Oklahoma City looks awesome right now, and we are extremely low on Minnesota. They just blew a big lead.
Victim of that. I could totally be a victim of that.
I'm going to find a way to back Minnesota this game. I don't know how yet, but I'm going to find a way to back Minnesota.
By the way, Tate brings up the best. This is by far Tate wins comment of the day yet again. Bet solely with your heart. Just throw your money around. Even a blind squirrel finds a Buckeye nut every now and then. He's saying Buckeye nut because we both can agree on one thing: we can't stand Ohio State. So all right. So we talked some hockey. We talked some basketball. Let's talk baseball. Baseball, baseball, baseball. Everybody's got their favorite bet of the day. Mine is who's ever playing the Tigers. So
Oh, I disagree on that one. I like the Tigers at 5 today.
see, stop betting the Tigers, Nick, because every time I'm going against them, you're like, oh no, I like the Tigers for 5. Stop. You're trying to suck me into that.
Tigers
Like,
first
you're
5
trying
making
to
car
make me
payments.
believe. You're just like them. You're just like them. The Tiger, and I say them, I'm saying the Tigers organization. You're trying to suck me into believing in them, and then you're just gonna let me down in June around my birthday. So, right there, no, I'm not betting the Tigers. Giants money line, run line, roll it.
Tigers first 5 money line for me.
Son of a bitch.
I wouldn't bet on either of those two teams with Detroit Lenny's money.
That's fair. That's fair. What do you got? Let's talk about Tampa Bay Rays facing Toronto Blue Jays.
13-0. If they win today, they set the new modern day record for best start in the majors. I think the streak ends here in Toronto, but not necessarily today. You got Jose Barrios going for the Blue Jays. He's allowed 14 runs on 15 hits in 2 starts. And the problem with him is it's not just the fact that he had 2 bad starts to start the season. If you're looking for him to have a better start here, you got to ask yourself why. What would lead you to hope that he's going to be better today? He was terrible all of last season. He was terrible all through spring training. He's always been much better at home than on the road, but it's not exactly a pitcher's park in Toronto either, and he's facing the hottest team in baseball. So I think the best bet for this game is actually Tampa team total over. It was at 4.5. If the Blue Jays win, they're probably going to win 10-5. They're probably going to win it in the later innings. Team total 4.5 for facing a pitcher like that's struggling to the degree that Jose Barrios is struggling. And the Blue Jays bullpen, I don't think is anything to write home about either. The Rays could easily lose this game and still find a way to score 5 runs. So I like the over 4.5 team total.
I like that's a good look. I'm on the Rays money line. I've been on that train since they were playing the Tigers the series, the first opening day of season, and I've just been riding them. And yeah, they've been playing some weaker opponents. This is, I think, their toughest, toughest opponent so far this season. But I'm on the Rays either way.
I mean, it's their toughest opponent, but it's also, they're facing a struggling pitcher, so that might not matter if their bullpen can hang in there in the later innings.
Tim also has great strategies as well as Tate. If you got a hunch, bet a bunch. He's just giving Tate a run for his money here. And Tim, I'm going to ban you if you say that shit one more time. I'm just. Rickett says Tigers killed him yesterday. Turnbull for Cy Young. Get the hell out. These guys hate me. Have you seen my baseball? Mets nerfy, Angels nerfy. It'll be so sweaty. I've backed off a little bit on my nerfies so far this year just because I wanted to see
how profitable this year.
Yeah, I wanted to see how the pitch clock affected that and everything. And I think it does, but it doesn't. I do like the one nerfy today though. I think he's shit. I don't know what nerfy. I bet a nerfy though. I can't remember which one I bet. But anyways, Tim says he's Royals money line. I'm against him there. Nationals.
I like that line looks super fishy.
Those are ugly plays. Everybody likes the Rays, yeah. Strikeout props, Minia and Senga.
Senga, that works.
If it's not
broke, don't fix it. Yeah.
Was it the Oakland Mets game that you had the nerfy in?
What?
Well, it just seems like it might be a logical game to bet a nerfy in.
Yeah,
Yerfy. I would look at Yerfy in that Oakland game. Their pitching is terrible. I can see an early run for the Mets in that game. But touching on that Rays game, because I never touched on it. I'm on the Rays again. I've been on the Rays almost every game this year. I was hyping up the Rays preseason. I gave them out over 88.5 wins. I gave them out to win the American League East at plus 325 preseason. I really like this Rays team this year. I think their pitching is elite. And I think I saw their hitting was going to be better than last year. I think this is a 95 to 100 win baseball team. And I really like the Tampa Bay Rays, so I'm right back on them today. First 5 full game and team total over. I've been betting this team, feels like almost blindly the last week or so. So this is a team I'm just going to continue to ride with until further notice.
Lenny, did I ever tell you my Detroit Tigers story?
Which one?
Okay, it was about 6 years ago. The Detroit Tigers went over the total in 18 straight games.
Oh, I remember you mentioned that.
And I was with Covers Experts at the time, and I was riding this total streak, and the bookmakers never budged on the numbers. Every game was 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. They kept on going over 10, 10, 10, 11, 12. And I just wrote it the entire way. And at the end of it, Covers wrote an article about how I followed that streak. But yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you're already up, you're already playing with house money, you might as well ride it out.
I'm not worried about them losing a game because I've already made so much money from the Tampa Bay Rays this year that I can afford to lose a game. When you're 13-0, you can afford to lose a game. So I'm not going to be, they can lose today, sure. All the money could be on them today, sure. I don't care. Because if I lose, okay, I'm 13-1 backing them this year. Then, I've been hearing
it all week. Betting Tampa's for that's square money. That's a square bet. But
I don't care anymore. I've made so much money from this game.
So I was on them a couple days ago, anyways, in their last.
I don't get people.
I was on them yesterday.
I really don't.
I was on them yesterday for the first 5 innings. They go into the bottom of the 5th, down 3-2, and they put up a 7 spot. So that's the way my luck has been going lately.
Look, I took if the Rays lose, then the Rays lose. That's okay. Like, I'm still profitable.
I don't care.
I'm profitable. They could lose the next 5 games, and I'd be profitable. And I'd probably still bet them. They could give.
When's the last time you got to bet on a team riding a 13-game win streak at -130?
Yeah,
I got a -110.
I got 120. So there you go. Well, but I'll tell you what, the Rays starting the season against the Tigers, run line, right? And
yes.
I took a $100 bill, 100 run line. One, took that money, second game, run line. Took that money, third game, run line. That's how you make car payments with baseball, folks. And then get out. Pick a series, run it, and roll it, and then I'm out. And then that was it. And then, now we're on to we're trying to make now the key is to make sure your wife doesn't know you do that, though, because then she's trying to upgrade her car instead of making car payments. Now she's looking at turning it in and upgrading.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of baseball left to be upgrading shit. That was my response. Okay, Tim, I see you. I blocked Tim because he put Tigers money line. That's not me, Tim. I can't block. I can't. Oh, I can.
You can't block the Picks and Parlays channel. That doesn't work.
Put him in a timeout. Yes, you can. But I don't think I'm not going to do it. But because I don't know how that works.
You can't put yourself in timeout.
Nobody puts Tim in a timeout. Nobody puts Baby in a corner. Nobody puts Tim in a timeout. All right. Besides the Tampa Bay Rays, what else do we like in baseball today?
Kansas City Royals.
Tigers.
Tim, you're not on the show. Please stop talking.
Sorry,
Tim's over there keeps talking. I don't talk when he's on the show, but yeah, it was all good. No, this Royals line tells you everything you need to know. The Royals are projected to be one of the worst teams in baseball this year, and the Big Bad Braves that everybody has picked to win the National League East, all that stuff. They're supposed to win over 100 games this year, and they're only -125, -130. Something seems a little fishy there.
It is Singer on the mound, which is probably Kansas City's best arm.
Still, these two teams should probably be separated by 40 games at the end of the season.
I think the Royals are better. I think here's the thing. I think Atlanta wins the game, but I think it's a close game.
I took the Royals first 5 and their team total over. I think they get to Morton here. I really do. I had the Royals team total over last game against the Rangers as well. This is a team that can hit still, and I think I think Morton will give up some runs in this game. So I like the team total over, and I like the Royals first 5 backing Singer.
Okay.
I agree with Nick. I had a look at the Royals and Singer. I don't trust them enough to bet on them, but I entertain the thought.
That's fair. I've done it. I don't entertain anything to do with Kansas City except for Rick.
The Braves look too easy there. They just look too easy.
That's
Can
fair.
I talk you guys into San Diego?
I've already bet them as well. I took San Diego
Yeah,
minus
I'm
one.
on Padres.
The way I look at it, the Padres are underachieving. The Brewers are overachieving, perhaps. It looks like a good spot, a good pitching matchup to back the Padres against Lauer. I'm not big on Lauer.
No,
I
it's a
100% agree.
Waka kind of day. Michael Waka has made me money. What was it last year on the Red Sox? He made us money.
Yep. He's good.
And I'm going to take him again on the Padres. It's just for me when I get a more not as much a team, but a pitcher that I will ride his starts. You know what I mean? Just ride that until the ground.
And the numbers I was looking at have the Brewers a little bit as a public underdog today. I saw, I think, over 60, about 67%. Last time I checked, they were pretty public underdog, and the line was moving towards San Diego, which told me everything I needed to know about that game. So I took San Diego minus one. It was $1.18, but I laid the minus one line.
That's fair. How do we feel about the Pirates today? Because I kind of like them over the Cardinals.
Yes, I'm on that as well.
Play.
Racing the Jolly Roger today. Oh, I took him first 5 at plus 121. Money coming in on the Cardinals and the line dropping towards the Pirates kind of set a little alarm off there. For me, I think Oviedo is a better pitcher than Woodford. And maybe the Cardinals are not as good as we thought they were this year. I was leaning their season win total over the Cardinals. I also like the Pirates this year. I gave out Pirates season win total over part of the preview shows we did. I think this is a good Pirates team. I think that might be not a good Pirates. It's a better Pirates team than what they were. I think this team could win 75 games this year, 78 games this year. The Pirates.
You guys aren't fond of taking the run line dogs. It doesn't sound like. I never hear you guys recommend a run line dog.
I don't take plus 1.5 because I don't like turning dogs into favorites. That's my problem with that. I can understand taking a road plus 1.5 because all you have to do is really just be tied at the end of 8 and you win that bet. Unless there's a walk-off. Like that's the only way you can lose that bet is a walk-off if you're tied. And for me, I don't like betting. And if it's a home team, I'll take the -1 lines just in case it's they win only by 1. It pushes most of the time there for the home teams. Plus, you can find a little bit better prices, obviously, with home -1.5 than you will road -1.5. But I have really no interest in taking plus 1.5 on a team because if I'm looking to take plus 1.5, I think they win outright. So I just take the money line.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the Pirates. For me, the Cardinals are like the definition of mid for MLB.
Cardinals have a really good roster. Their bullpen, their bullpen is one of the best in baseball. Their starting pitchers are very meh. Yeah, when your ace is who? Jordan Montgomery? Is that the best pitcher you can throw out there? You have Steven Matz. You have Miles Michaelis. You have Woodford. You have a 84-year-old Adam Wainwright. I don't get it. This Cardinals team has the roster to be a World Series contender if they only had starting pitching. And I think they'll probably win their division because their division's not good. I think the Brewers are going to slow down. And I think the real competition for the Cardinals will be the Cubs this year. But they'll win their division probably by default, even though their starting pitching sucks. But this is a team that, when you look at the Cardinals, though, when you look around defensively for them, they're filled with Gold Glove Award winners. And Nolan Arenado, Tyler O'Neill, Goldschmidt, like they have really good gloves in the outfield and in the field in general. And they're a team that's not going to overwhelm you at starting pitching. They're going to dominate you with their bullpen, and they're going to play good defense. And that's just the Cardinal way. So maybe they're trying to overcome that starting pitching deficiency with elite level defensive play.
The St. Louis Cardinals are the Toronto Maple Leafs of MLB. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Sorry, Cardinal fans.
They're a good regular season team. Yeah, I could see it.
Well, the Cardinals have won championships in the last 20 years, so they can't be the Maple Leafs.
That's fair.
Yeah, they've
Maybe-
won a playoff series.
Maybe they're the Sabres then.
No, they've made the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Damn it. Anyways, picks from Dave says it's oil change time. Dave, I just got one. Dave, what?
No, it's a reference to a
Dave.
show. It was a reference to a live show we did the other day. I'll explain
I
afterwards.
don't want to know. Jesse Schultz, we're gonna bounce on out of here. Tell them what you got going on and bring you in, and let them know. Plug your stuff, my friend.
I got 3 baseball picks available in a 3-pack, and I have the total for one of the playing games tonight. You can find that at my page on picksandparlays.net.
Nick Earl, do the same.
Yeah, we got no NHL tonight, but we do have, I believe, plays in both the NBA games, and we got we got a lot of baseball as well. We're high volume here, so we have tons and tons of baseball today.
Love it, love it, love it. Don't forget, when you guys are over at picksandparlays.net, you're looking for Jesse Schul, Nick Earl from Earl Sports Bets, any of these guys, any of our premium handicappers, any of their premium plays, use promo code MLB. That'll save you 20% off the entire site. Don't forget, like, share, comment, whatever. You should give us a thumbs up, for crying out loud. And then Tate says Cardinals will fly south before October. That's fair. Thanks to all the grading that's done. Picks on Facebook. You're all real and most valuable adults. That's not me. That's not me at all. This is
You're assuming Lenny is an adult. That's a bold assumption.
No, that's not happening. Bet, run, repeat. I appreciate both my guests for coming on today, stopping by, talking some sports. As always, we'll see you guys Monday, 1:00 Eastern. Till then, good luck, unless you're against us. I can't say go Wings. I can't
Go
say
Islanders. Beat the Canes.
I can't say that. I just can't do it, Nick. I can't. Just good luck unless you're against me.